How's it going, everybody? Jerome here, back and a little late, but you know, people got lives. I've been hella busy, but we got some amazing ass news, some amazing ass information, and I'm pretty sure by the time this is out, a lot of people are already going to be breaking down some things. But either way, I wanted to make this video, get my piece of opinion out there, and just tell you guys what I think so far and what might happen. So, if you guys don't know, DNF actually dropped info. The info that we wanted, the info that was needed, not just going in blind, right? And it's crazy how a few pieces, small pieces of information can completely turn a person around from getting cautious to getting at least a little bit more excited than normal. And I think it's safe to say that the FGC definitely feels that way about DNF Duel. We got HP, which isn't really much, it's just telling us that we're gonna die when our life hits 0, to the most important factor, MP, our meter of the game, and we'll get into that soon. But for now, let's just look at the HP, and then I'm just gonna tell you guys what I initially first saw when I first saw this thing. So here we go. The game has 2 types of damage. One that that occur when an attack hits, and white damage. It's gray life. That's all it is. It's great life. That's all it is. A lot of interesting stuff already, right? So at this time, it's basically over, right? Oh my God! That looked like it was a delay combo, but it's whatever. Anyways, with that said, the video's over, right? So let's just analyze just a wee bit on what I initially saw when I first watched this. So as we got our little bread and butter, the B&Bs attacking, right? So here's the first thing that happens in the trailer. So Jam, which is this Striker, whatever. I feel I'm gonna be offending people. Striker here got clapped once and is about to take some other damage. Sadly, the combo doesn't connect, or it's not a proper combo. So he jabbed and goes into a some kind of special, his shoulder tackle. But then she blocked it. But either way, you still gain that extra MP room. So that's really interesting. And considering that, you know, not everybody is gonna have full gray life, and then in any situation is that gonna happen. Full gray life, freaking get all that red life back, and then you just have a massive amount of meter. That's not gonna happen in any case scenario at all. But at least we got shown that the more damage that's done to you, the more meter you gain. But in this case, it is that, right? But with a little bit more spice, you gain more meter room, which is very interesting. That's it for there, and then she starts striking back, and then we get our first conversion, which I'll talk about later. But then she goes straight into her launcher, into her special, and at this point she had 110 MP, which is again the little blue gauge right here. And she wasted a good chunk of them. I think she goes to 70 if I remember correctly. Yep, 70. She wasted 50% meter to do this red DP. Now, so far, I don't think anybody knows if the red animation for moves means something. I might think it just means like some kind of DP motion, or maybe some kind of reversal. I'm not too sure. But I only seen the red happening with Striker every time she does her DP. Nothing else. Not from the little double kicks or anything else. Or even her shoulder. But anyway, she wastes that and then goes right into another special which consumes 30% of MP. So right then and there, we already see that moves are gonna be costing different. We got moves that are gonna be 50, probably maximum is gonna be 50 at most for base move sets like, you know, a DP. To 40, 30, and 20s. So this is already gonna be a very interesting system for this game, because even though the MP regeneration is fast, right? There's gonna be a lot of situations where it's just like, okay, should I continue pressure by wasting my meter, or should I just wait and let that thing regain Should I wait and let that thing regenerate throughout the match so I could do something proper? So right here, this is a perfect example of that situation. So she wasted 30% meter to do these low kicks, right? And the special, she goes into her shoulder tackle, which costs what was it? Which costs 50, dude, 50. Look at that, 50. That's so nutty. But anyways, this is the situation I'm talking about. So this shoulder, this fucking Techuzanko, right? Look at all this room. Look at all that room. So you could use it in many ways to gain chip damage, keep yourself safe at a certain distance, and so on and so forth. So there's already some thought process going on in that scenario. So I think that's really, really cool. And of course you got the blocking gauge, which is normal in fighting games. But yeah, look at that. And it looks like he recovered a little bit more faster than her. I could be tripping, but none too crazy. And let's see what's going on here. More red damage. Oh, launcher into the red DP. Same thing. I have no idea what's going on. Gradually, and then you kill your opponent by chucking him. Even with all this too, I should have mentioned this earlier. With all this too, they also showcase everyone's moveset. So that's really awesome, and I kind of basically called it. This is a game that's a little bit simplified with what I'm showing you right now, which is all the moves, all the movesets for each character so far. So what's interesting is that we have a special move, and then we have our special MP move. So obviously, special MP moves means that you're going to be wasting your blue gauge in order to do these moves. But the special moves are a little bit interesting. So it's this, from what I think, right? This game is kind of like a mixed breed of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus alongside with Power Rangers. And even then, not even just Power Rangers, alongside with like any other super simple like fighting game, like the one that Shovel Knight was in, right? Where you got these directionals and you just press a button for a special. So that's gonna be super simple for execution for the special moves, that is. So these things are just completely different from the MP special moves, which you can also just press a button and a direction, but what, you can just do the actual input from the DP to the fireball. So now another question is, how is this going to affect the players? Is it going to be like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, where if you do these things, you'll get your meter back a lot faster? Or if you don't do these things with the proper inputs and you just do the directionals, are you a little bit more punished that way than normal? Big questions left and right, just up in the air. We'll find out later tonight, if anything, right? But that was basically that, man, for the HP gauge. So now let's go to the MP gauge. And this is where people kind of got excited, and I will definitely showcase why and tell you why. And I honestly think it's a pretty damn interesting thing to do for this game. So let's go ahead. Using MP moves consume a set amount of MP for each move. MP can be recovered in the following 3 ways. Passing time, literally being patient. But look at that regeneration, bro. Look at that speed, bro. That's really, really fast. So no matter what, people are gonna have meter up the ass. In this game, from what it seems, if you're not spending meter, you're probably not playing the game right. Because look at that, it's insane. Alright, so right here, it clearly states, land an attack that does not have consumption. So this is indicating that you should definitely be using your specials more than using your MP skills, which is a little odd. I mean, can you do specials into MP specials? Can you do that, or is it MP into MP only? It's more questions, but at least this is a lot more information than we had before. And conversion, this right here, is easily one of the nuttiest thing for this game, and it's Tatsunoko versus Capcom shit. Uh, Conversion is a universal mechanic, and it's a for the most simplest things. It is a Roman cancel. It is a one more cancel. It is a Rebel cancel or Rebel one, whatever the hell it's called. It is a cancel of some sort. It's not a burst. It is a cancel. But what is it using? Your grade life. So imagine if you're dishing out so much damage, right? And your opponent is like halfway, but he gets a clean hit on you. He can literally waste all that grade life, gain more meter, and continue whooping your ass.
I wake up with nightmares every single night.
So it's a very. I'll just play it. She wastes the grade life. Look at that. Look at that, dude. That's super interesting. Shout out to the cow. Markiplier, of course. It was Markiplier. So with this is what I wanted. This is the information I wanted because no fighting game don't have no resources. Every fighting game has a resource of some kind. And this is what majority of us wanted to see, and we finally got it. And now, as I said earlier, there was a lot more people excited for this game than being more cautious. And I'm definitely on that. I'm on that boat as well. I just want to know if there is a universal launcher for everybody, like Striker did, or is that only for her? That's what I got. That's all I got. That's left for the game. So a bit curious, and it comes out later tonight too. So it's really neat. It's really neat. So what makes Inquisitor, or see how it's regaining as she continues to beat your ass. So there's gonna be a lot of people finding ways to just make that shit come back fast as hell during a combo, and they'll constantly have EX moves, which is gonna be super scary. That's basically what it is, right? Would we consider MP skills to just be the EX moves of this game? I think it's safe to say that, right? But yeah, I'm very curious if people have universal launchers. I'm very curious if there's universal overheads. I'm very curious if this is gonna be a I guess it is kind of like a Grand Blue thing, right? I was thinking like Power Rangers for a bit, because in Power Rangers there's two buttons that act completely different. You got, I mean, similar to BB Tag as well. You got the A button that has its own set of specific auto combo, and you got the B button that has its own set of specific auto combo as well. And then you got your special button into another button. So kind of similar to Power Rangers a little bit more than Grand Blue Fantasy in that regard. So what I'm saying is, are we gonna have that kind of freedom from Power Rangers, or are we gonna be a little bit more restricted like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? And what I mean by that is, in restriction, it's on a base combo level, right? Grand Blue is ABC. That's all it is, right? Or you do BBBB, right? And that's your auto combo, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. So are we gonna have unique auto combos in the game? Are there no? There's not. I shouldn't even ask this question, but I'm pretty sure, without a doubt, there's gonna be auto combos in this game. But in what way? Is it gonna be BB Tag / Power Rangers? What is it? So I guess that's all that's really left to say about that.
But where's the alpha counters?
But yeah, I honestly am now more excited for this game. I just got back home and I wanted to redo this recording, and I think I did it a lot more cleaner than normal. But at the end of the day, this game now looks even more insane than before. And we got rollback, which is really cool. We don't know the roster size yet. Not as a final product, but I'm talking about for the beta. We don't know the roster size, who's going to be playable or whatnot, but at the end of the day, I think it's safe to say a lot of people are now a lot more hype for this shit than before. But that's it for me for this video. I'll see if I could capture some footage, and I'll see if I could stream it if possible, if I can. And if that's gonna happen, then I'll be I'll be extremely, extremely happy. But thank you guys very much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you guys want to support me. Fair warning, there's a lot of titties involved, so yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.